Hi friends, welcome to Git and GitHub tutorial video series. In this video, we are going to see creating our repository using Git commands and doing our first commit. Let's get started. So let's go to our directory where we want to create our repository. Git bash here, click on this, and then we would get the command window, git command window. So we know that already we have seen in our last video how to create a folder. So let's create our new folder for our project. Let's name it my git project, and as you can see there is a folder created. Let's go into that directory, my git project. Okay, we are in. So let's create a new file under this folder, touch test1.txt. There is a file created. Either another way we can get that created from here, new text file test2.txt. Okay, so we have created a folder under this. There are two files we have created. So we know that Git is a version control system that tracks as changes to a file or group of files, but it doesn't track all the files stored in our computer. We need to instruct the Git. Okay, this is the directory I want Git to track. So instructing the Git to specify the directory is called initialization. So we are going to instruct the Git to track this directory, my Git project. So in order to do that, git init. So all the Git commands will start with the Git command. So that is for all of the Git commands. So when I say git init init, we are initializing this repository. So as you see that initialized empty Git repository in this folder, so .git. So as you can see there is a folder which got created .git. So this is the one which is used to track the changes to the file and all the stuffs which are required for the Git. So we will explore this much about this folder in the later videos. As of now, we know that when we initialize it, there is a folder .git which gets created. Okay, so now we have created and we initialized it, and so let's use a command Git Dot Status. So this is the command which to get the status of the repository under this directory. What is the status? So this is the most widely used command. So let's hit this. So as you can see that on branch master, so this I will explain you later why it is branch master. And as you can see, no commits yet. We have not committed any files yet, and you see there's untracked files, test1.txt and test2.txt. So in Git repository, the files can be in two states. One is tracked and untracked. So we need to specify the Git, this file I want you to track it. So the tracked files, when we specify the Git to track it, it will track those files. If we don't specify, that will be in untracked, and Git will ignore those files when we are doing a commit. So how to instruct Git to track the file? The command is git add and specify the file name, so test1.txt. Okay, so let's see the status again, and as you can see that No commits yet, that remains same, changes to be committed. New file test1.txt. So this file, Git is tracking now, and test2.txt is still in the untracked state. So in a Git workflow, first we initialized our directory, initializing the repository with Git, and then instructing the Git to track the files. So next step is to commit. So as you have seen that, we have added this file to track using the command git add and file name. There is another way also to do that, that is git add dot. So dot is an alias for the directory. So when we specify that under this directory, whatever the files are there, all will get added to it. So I suggest not to use this, because you may have files which are compiled files, and some specific files are specific to the configuration which are not required to be committed. So when we specify this, all the files will be added for your next commit. So it would be better to specify the file names individually, but this is a command. Let's try that, and then git status. So as you can see that both the files are ready to be committed. And to commit that, git commit m, and then here we specify the comments for our commit. So in a real case scenario, you would be specifying the task number or user story number, and then your description, let's say changes to login file or something like, which is relevant for your work item, and then hit. So now it is saying that git commit 1 2 3 changes to login file, 2 files changed, and then these 2 files are committed. So commit is like a kind of a taking a photograph of your current state of your code. So you can go back to the certain commit at a later time and view the status of your repository and what are the changes were made. So we can revert back to any commit at any point of time. So each commit contains commit hash key, that is a unique GUID. So notice this, this is the unique identifier, but here it is not showing the full value, but that will be strong long string value. Okay, so now we have seen that utilizing the repository and adding the files to track, and then we have seen that commit. So now I'm going to test one file, and then I'm adding some text. Okay, and then I'm saving it. So let's hit the status again. So as you can see that there is a in red color text modified test1.txt. I have added new text to this file, and that is in the modified state. So before going into this further, we need to know the areas. What are the areas in Git? So there are 4 areas. So first, whenever we make this change, that is there in the working repo, and as you can see here, changes not staged for commit, it is still in the working area, and we need to specify this to the staging area, so that will be part of next commit. So how to specify it? For the staging area, git add test1.txt. So let's hit the status again, and here you can see this, it is in the green color, changes to be committed. So this from the working repo, it is moved to the stage, and then once we commit it, it goes to the Git repository with the unique key generation. It goes to the Git repository. So let's commit it, and with the comment, so I'm just update I'm giving it. You will be giving reasonable comments when you are doing in your project. Then let's hit it, and this got committed, and then let's see the status again. So you can see that nothing to commit. So next one is remote repo. So this is the one you are, from your Git repo, you are pushing to the remote location repository using the push command. So that we will see in a later. So these are the working areas for the Git. And then next I want you to know that there are three states, as you might have noticed. There are three states. So first, let's say I'm changing it text to here, adding something new. Okay, and I'm saving it, and let's hit the Git status. As you can see that it is in the modified state. Okay, so it is in the red color, and when we give this git add, it goes into the staging state. So let's hit the status again, and this is showing modified green color. This is in the staging state, which means that these files are ready for the next commit. So let's commit it again. Okay, we got committed. So you might be wondering why we need to give this git add for the files which are already given for tracking. So the reason here is, let's say I'm changing this file, let's say, and some more. Okay, and then I'm changing this text2 file also, update. Okay, so I have changed two files. When I go for the status, let's say, you would get that there are two files modified, but I want to in my next commit, I want to commit only this test1.txt. I do not want to commit test2.txt. So these files are in the tracking mode, but in my next commit I want to commit only this. So in that case, I want to push only this test1.txt to the staging area. So for that reason, we have using this git add test1.txt. So only this file would get pushed to the staging area, that whenever you make your commit, only the test1.txt would be committed. Let's try that. Committing only test1, so test2 will not be committed. And let's see the status again. Okay, so still modified test2.txt is not committed yet. Okay, and as I told, like, status would be the most used command, and there is one more command, get diff, so which we can see that what are the changes made to the file since last commit. So here you are seeing that in the green line, adding something new was the existing text, and this update is a new text which you have added. So before you are pushing to the staging area, it is always good to review the changes using the diff command. And so there is another way also to add the tracking files to the staging area instead of specifying with a file name. So git add u is a command, then it adds the tracked file to the staging area. Let's see that. Git status. As you can see that modified test2.txt in the green, test2.txt is moved to the staging area, and then we can commit it. Yes, and there is so these are the states in Git. So first it will be in the modified state, and once we push to the staging area, those will be ready for our next commit. And there is one more command, that is a basic thing, git version, which will tell you that what is the current version which is installed in our machine, and git workflow and states and areas of git. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.